To see some very, very angry orcs, and yes, the music is muted because I do not want any copyright. Here we go. We've got our pig boys of Orcs of Doom that are very, very cool. I want these guys because I want to kit bash them into my orc army. They've got some very, very cool bits. Ooh, jeez. The biggest, baddest orcs with the pigs of doom get bigger and better. Yes. I just, I really like these models, and I know so many people are going to be able to kit bash these and make them awesome. It's time for a
It's time for
proper
the Iron Jaws
stop.
to make a big appearance back in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Man, we had some great models before in the past. We've seen some more models recently, but this is a whole wave of Orruks.
There are a lot of Orruks on their way for sure. So we'll start off with this guy.
Everybody's been loving on this model, the little anvil squig. I do like that there's multiple different versions kits you can put out with this guy. He's burned up his arm pretty badly from that. As you can see, but like I said, you could probably do some really amazing and really cool kit bashes with these guys for Warhammer 40K.
Nice. So we saw Clonk at the start of the week. I think already a hit with fans everywhere. Yeah. I mean, what is not to love? It's a squig who is also an anvil with fabulous hair. He comes with a new Orruk special character, Zogrok Anvil Smasher, which is basically an Orruk Smith. So this is one of the Orruks who does
Very cool.
skill beyond just hitting people really hard. This guy can hit metal really hard and make it into great weapons. He is a named character for Age of Sigmar, so a brand new named Iron Jaw, which is pretty cool. And he is a smith. He has a couple of options in game, so you can either kit him out with a ward smashing weapon, or you can kit him out with stuff to help him buff nearby Orruk units. So a really useful model, something we haven't really seen before for Iron.
I like whatever this is, like the tongues of doom he's got going on right there. That's cool.
Jaws in terms of like a buffing character, and also like a really great model to paint. And of course, he comes in a set with Clonk. So,
Clonk. I'd even argue that he comes free with your Clonk miniature.
Well, you can certainly look at it that way if you want to. But yeah, a really fun model, a great kind of addition to your Iron Jaws force.
Yeah, he's really cool. He has the ability as well to hit opponents so hard with his ward smashing chopper that he can literally switch off enemies' ward saves for the rest of the battle, which is amazing. He literally smashes their.
That's interesting.
Which is really cool in game. I can't think of many rules in the game that do that. He's a nice, unique option for your rule army.
It's very cool. He's not alone. We've also got Brute Rages. Ooh. So Orruk culture is all about boasts, right? So Orruks basically stomp around the Orruk camps, boasting that they can, arm wrestle a Gargant or.
I really like these models. Again, I'm not going to shut up about it, but like, just the potential these guys have to be used in Warhammer 40K as well. I know some people won't like that, but just swapping them out or using their heads or just heavily modifying their bodies. I mean, they're all in such great poses.
Headbutt a mountain or something like that, and sometimes they'll get called on those boasts and not be able to live up to it. And the shame of that drives these Orruk brutes to become brute ragers. What they do is they discard their armor and they take up great two-handed weapons and they go charging off into the middle of the enemy army like berserkers to prove that they are absolutely the hardest orcs around, and nobody could ever accuse them of being cowardly or not living up to their brags. So these are kind of almost shamed for over bragging.
It would take a brave soldier to challenge an Orruk on his bragging, wouldn't it? But these models are fantastic. First seen in the Warhammer Underworlds Warband a little while ago, one of these brute rages. Now a whole unit of them in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. You can take lots of different weapon options. They can take chain smashers, gore hackers, or brute crushers, all of which are devastating in combat.
I love the names of the weapons.
And these guys are berserk. They can run and charge in the same turn, which makes them super good in a game. So get them involved. Just insert them into the enemy army as soon as possible and see what they can do about it. Yeah, they are pretty hard, guys. Yep, absolutely.
This is a dual kit as well, so you could also build these guys as Weird Brute Wreckers.
Ooh.
So Weird Brute Wreckers are orcs who channel an unusual amount of war energy. It gives them like a bit of a.
I really like these two heads. This one's all right. That one's okay, but you just put these guys like maybe on an war boss, something. Maybe like put this one on. I forget what they're called, like the jump pack equivalent guys. I don't know. Just so many different possibilities with these guys. I really do like these. This guy's kind of but you know, again, I just they're all in really good poses. They're just I like them. I like them a lot. Very cool.
Green headache, and sometimes they can start vomiting glowing green power, basically. And the Orruk solution to this is to kind of embrace it and hammer these masks onto the Orruks and let them run off towards the enemy with these great ball and chains and swing into the middle of the enemy force.
Yeah, imagine them to be like, remember Night Goblin Fanatics? You know, the Grot Fanatics?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like that, but super huge and big versions of them. They just run into the enemy force.
Just in case Night Goblin Fanatics weren't scary enough, you can now it's an enormous, great Orruk brute swinging a ball and chain. So again,
could probably also use these guys too as models in Blood Bowl. I like them. I like them a lot.
A kind of line breaker unit, basically, that's going to go into the middle of the enemy army and just make an absolute mess. These are particularly good for kind of smashing through hordes of enemy infantry.
Yeah, absolutely. They get so many attacks, and if you roll well, even more as well.
These guys are the guys I'm super excited about. These guys could be the ones like in your hard armor or if hard armor, however you say it. I really like these guys. I like all of them. Like you could use the heads on your speedwalk guys. Just do so much with this kit. So much with it. Super excited. I really do like these kits. Will I be picking this up? I don't know. I just they're very awesome. I like them. They give off a fun orc vibe that I feel is kind of missing from the Warhammer 40k orcs. I do like the Warhammer 40k orcs, but I just wish they had a little bit cooler stuff because there's some kits that are still around that aren't so great. They're a bit dated, and I just think you could take the old kits and these kits and kind of mush them together in true orc fashion and make some really cool things. Really cool things.
But look at these, Eddie.
Yes, they're
new
beautiful.
Of the Orruk Ardboys, the new sort of models for the Ironjaws, and they're just beautiful.
Yeah, so this is a really lovely kit. So I think even though Orruk Ardboys are arguably like the basic unit in the Ironjaws army, this is like a showstopper kit. These are really cool.
They are very cool.
Previously, the Orruk Ardboys used the old Black Orc models from Warhammer Fantasy. This is a huge glow up for that kit. They've much more character, much more dynamism in these models. Really kind of rugged, angry looking shields. Even the kind of shields are kind of weapons. More options than they used to have. So you've got some spear options in there. You've got the champion. You can kit them out in different ways, and they can give you some options basically for your Ironjaws battle line.
I think the fact that they've just been brought into line with how the Orruk Brutes and the rest of the range look as well, the whole aesthetic of these are absolutely beautiful, while still keeping some of the callbacks. Raph was talking about how they look a little bit like the Blood Bowl Black Orcs and the old Black Orc miniatures, especially with the helmets. Yep. So they've got a few of those callbacks in there, but with the new Orc aesthetic, which is just
they've got a kind of
gorgeous.
Like piggy helmet, haven't they?
They have. Yeah,
with the tusks.
And also they've got a lot better in the game as well to match the new miniatures. You can imagine they're just harder and so much more tough to kill as well. So yeah, these guys are great.
They're now sitting on a 3-up save basic, which is pretty tasty in Age of Sigmar. That's quite hard to get. And those spears as well can give you benefits against charging enemies, which is pretty cool. So at the moment, most of your Ironjaws, quite rightly, are all about running at the enemy as fast as they can and trying to make a mess. But sometimes you do actually need to hold your own objective. So it's quite useful to have a unit that is both hard to kill and very good at taking a charge. These are absolutely your anvil unit in an Ironjaws force.
Yeah, must have for any Orruk player. Those are fantastic. Well, there we go. Yeah. And also, Eddie, the Ironjaws Battle Tome supplement is on the way as well.
Ooh, very neat.
There is a supplement for Battle Tome Orruks. This is going to be a free PDF. So all of those new units that we've shown off today, including the new pigs that we saw previously and the new Ironjaws Big Boss that we saw on the community site, all of those will have be available in the new supplement and in your Warhammer Age of Sigmar app. So you can download them for free and add them into your existing Ironjaws or Big War army, basically.
So.
I do like the free stuff. I do like how they did that with Warhammer 40k and Sigmar and stuff like that. I think that is great. I think all the rules and stuff should be free. You should have access to it without having to pay for an app or anything like that. And every time the game updates or they make new updates to the rules, then that stuff should update too, because that means more ease of access. So you don't have to carry around books and stuff. You might have one book that was, when it came out, it's got all your core stuff in it, but then they're made one or two changes, so you have to buy another book that has the right changes, and you just have to unload a giant library at the gaming table. So have just the ease of access of just free stuff, either if it's on your phone or whatever, is very, very cool.
So cool. There we go. What a wonderful addition to the range. Right, Eddie, what's up next? What are we looking at now?
We have. Where are we?
More pigs?
Let's watch the video and see what.
We're going to watch the video and see what that happens. But ladies and gentlemen over on YouTube, I will see you later. And to the people on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to break up the VOD.